Hello everyone. I'm just working on a sticker and I thought I'd just do a little video about how I um, shade. And yeah, sorry if you can't hear me that well. My mic's not so good, but bear with me. So here's a little sticker I'm working on for Semi on Telegram, and he's like some kind of fluffy dragon. And yeah, so I'm up to the head. And so my shading for stickers are not that complex because it's going to be really tiny. So I'm not like going incredibly in detail. Uh, Usually the easiest part for me to shade are the eyes and the hair. When it comes to like larger surfaces, I kind of tend to struggle a little bit more. I don't know why, just do. So I work in clipping groups, and oh, I need that later. So I start my luminosity first, and I tend to use a color that's just lighter than what the actual base color is, and I kind of use that for all my highlights. So I chose this blue. It was part of my color palette for something else, and then I chose this dark blue for which is like the outline color of the darker parts of the dragon. So yeah, I used the pen tool and I kind of just figure out where the light's going to be coming from. Um, so I just kind of put it where I think it's going to be. Like I said, I don't go like crazy realistic with my stickers. Kind of just put it where I think it needs to go. And I'm using the Cintiq 13 HD tablet. I, for the longest time, used a Wacom Intuos, I think it was, Pen in Touch. And then I got this. And yeah. So I've been getting used to using um, the Cintiq for a couple of months now. And I use just the regular blend tool, honestly. With my stickers, I don't really try to experiment too much because I want to kind of keep everything kind of similar, just to keep the consistency the same. So I'm going to change the luminosity layer. I'm just shading for now using the blend tool. And obviously it's not going to be this bright because this is way too bright. And another thing I'll do is I'll like erase a little bit of like, okay, there's too much going on here, I don't like it. So I will erase and blend, erase and blend. Like, I believe there's going to be some shadows by where the hair is. So I don't want too much highlights over there, if that makes sense. Uh, like I said, this isn't the best shading. This is just for my stickers. When it comes to more complex illustrations, I will pay more attention to my shading. Now this is kind of boring. I'll just talk a little bit about how I start my stickers. The artist will like give me an idea of what they want, and then I reference that idea, and then I sketch with the airbrush a little doodle of what I want it to look like, and then I use the pen tool, usually around like 6 point, whatever you want to call it, for the line art. And after that, I group all my line art together, and I make another group, and I use the selection tool, and I select certain areas, and under my new group and my new layers, I fill in the color. So that's how I get the flat colors done. It's a lot quicker, and I never knew how to do it for the longest time. And I'd always like I was spending so much time just coloring in and erasing, and it was just driving me nuts. So I just kind of looked up as much as I could on how to like color in very quickly, and it saves me so much time and allows me to get so many more commissions because I can finish them a lot quicker. But I would say the best thing to do is just look online, look on YouTube, see how people use Paint to Toolside, and don't expect that your art is going to look like theirs. Just don't. People have these brushes, brush settings that they won't tell you um, that help their art look like the way it does. Honestly, there is some, there's a lot of skill. Like you have to be artistic to use these programs, but those that really excel are the ones that really work with like brush settings. And I haven't discovered the right brush setting for me yet. That's why I'm kind of like just for the meantime with my stickers, just using kind of like what the basic stuff I have right now. But if you can get really good brush settings for like your line art and your blending, then your art will be so much more aesthetically pleasing and just realistic or whatever kind of style you're going for. So I'm using the eraser tool and I'm just erasing what like just the finer line details. And then I'll blend in these strokes just to give it more of a realistic depth to it. Like I said, I don't go completely nuts with my shading for stickers. So, Telegram hasn't been around for a while, but I love it for the fact that you can find people that you're, in the fandom that you've always wanted to talk to. Well, I haven't found that many, but I've found some like artists I really like. Um, and it brings a lot of revenue. I really like Telegram. I love making stickers because I've always loved chibi cute things. My favorite thing to draw is anything cute. Um, it just it's my calling, I guess. I don't know. I really love cute things and cute little characters. And Tokidoki, that's been like my favorite artist for probably since middle school or high school or whatever. I'm 25, so that's a pretty long time I've been a fan of his work. And so I don't know. You don't really see his influence in much of my work, but I definitely enjoy the cutesiness of his work and chibiness. I love chibis. But, it doesn't stop me from making not safe for work stuff. I do that. I'm not a big fan of it, to be honest. Um, but I will draw it if people want it, and I do wish I could get better at it. I use, my best opinion is just looking up references. I always look at references as much as I can, and of course that requires me to look at, like porn models and naked models and stuff like that. Uh, and it can be like, uncomfortable at times, but whatever, if you need the reference, you need the anatomy, just do it. You don't want your art to look unrealistic. Or not, I guess, I mean, this isn't realistic because, a dragon doesn't exist. But, give it an idea of, three-dimensional shape. Like, I'm trying to shade this so it looks like the mouth is kind of protruding out a little bit because the mouth of the dragon is longer than the rest of his face. Uh, yeah. Same. So like yeah, like making that try to look like the teeth are kind of popping out a bit, or not the teeth, but his beak has some like sharp edges on it. I don't know if that's supposed to be teeth or not. But yeah. Let's see. Lowering the opacity a little bit. This is probably like one of the best shadings I've done for stairs. Um, oh, I forgot some areas. So yeah, I do the pen tool, the blending tool, and the erasing tool just to try to get these smooth little highlights in there. I don't really do the multiply layer and shading for the head. It's just doing the erasing kind of already makes the shadows for me. So I try not to go nuts. That's another thing is over shading. It just makes the art not look so. It just looks too busy and it looks too unrealistic. So I've been trying not to overshade. I hate it because because I'm like a perfectionist. I want it to look as realistic as I can, but on the other side, I have a lot of like stickers to do, and I don't know. I don't want to waste too much time on it and make it too nitpicky, and that'll do more with projects that I actually have more time to work on. So let's see. Let's see, like a neck. I guess I'll do a multiply layer because the neck has a lot of shadow on it. So if you have any questions about anything that I'm doing, uh, let me know in the comments below. Uh, any if you have any interest in those stickers and want some, let me know. My FA is AmmyStar, which is I would spell it, but I know that you'll see it in this video because that's what my name is on YouTube. Uh, yeah, and I love making stickers. It's one of my favorite things to do. I can set it all up for you on Telegram. I know how to do that. Basically, if you want to set up your own stickers, all you do is just Google like Telegram, setting up like Telegram stickers or uploading Telegram stickers, and you'll find a Photoshop template that shows some kind of example of. You open it up, download it, open it up. Hopefully you have Photoshop because that's what you need. Use it, and it'll show you like their own Telegram sticker. I think it's like a president or something, some cartoon. And you need to have a certain type of effects on your art layer. So one of them is like the stroke, and then one of them is like a drop shadow. Um, and the sticker has to be a certain size too. So usually what I do is I already have a Photoshop layer that I saved as one of my artists, one of my not artists, one of my commissioners, and I just place like I'll save these as a PNG file, and then I'll place it in Photoshop, and then I'll rasterize the photo. I'll delete all the white space, crop the image so that it fits, the same size that the stickers are all supposed to be, and then in my layers it shows like different. I should make a video of that. I'll make a video so you guys can understand how it works. It's really, really, really not that complicated at all. If you have Photoshop and you have some basic knowledge of how Photoshop works, then it's pretty easy. Pretty easy. So I have a little technique that I use for this commissioner for his character. He's got like this neck loop stuff. So I make a luminosity layer just to get the like basic highlight, and then I'll make another one, multiply, change over it, and I'll show you what I mean. So I do the multiply layer and the highlight layer, luminosity layer, blend, 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 and then I make new layers, new luminosity, new multiply layers. Let's see what I mean. Like I said before, I don't go incredibly in depth with my stickers, but this one, this part of it, I just do because I need to get this fluffy effect going on, and it's not incredibly realistic, but it does its job, it does its purpose. Sorry if this is boring to you, but if this is informative to you, then that's great. Generally, my shaded stickers take a couple of hours to do, and then my flat ones they don't take that long at all. I would say like I'm trying to think. My shaded stickers probably take about 2 hours to do each, and the flat colors could be anywhere between like 30 minutes to an hour. So they're a lot quicker. So I'm using the blend tool, and I'm kind of just like blurring out the little feathers, the highlights. This just gives it this kind of effect where it looks like they're just bumpy feathers, sort of. Sort of. It's not that realistic, but it does its job. Bumpy feathers. Luminosity. It kind of looks like it. I don't know. I use it. Then I'll do multiply, and I draw another just where I think the shadows are. Lower the opacity of that, and then I kind of just erase. It's like okay, the edges of where it just starts to become dark. There should be some like, oh, there's probably some highlighted little feather blocks over here. Little feather tufts. Kind of. You kind of get the idea. Oh, by the way, happy spring. Speaking of that, let me just say this for a second. And open. Stupid job. Affinity. Hopefully it is safe for work. I think it is. Hope so. No, it's not safe for work. Okay. Refresh. So I mentioned this in one of my other videos, but because it's the first day of spring, I wanted to show you the sticker. Oh, it's huge. Oh, that's a lot better. Okay. So this is kind of like what my line art kind of looks like. This is a little bit more sloppier than that. And then you'll see like I have some soft shading of the basic outline in the background. So this is kind of sloppy line art, but this was just for the YCH. This is still going on if you guys are interested. Super cheap, $7 for just the flat shading. An extra $3 for if you want it to be a telegram sticker. I'll set it all up for you, no problem. And then it's $15 altogether to be a shaded telegram. I mean, sorry, shaded sticker. Yeah. Okay. And one of my sweet friends bought one, so that's what his came out to be like. It's pretty darn cute. Happy spring, even though it's still a little bit of snow on the ground by me. I'm from New York, and not the city. I live on Long Island, if you know what that is. It's just a long island connected to New York State. And then I'll do another multiply layer and kind of just put more of the little feathery parts in there. Get a little more depth over here. There's like some kind of machine in the nearby distance. I think a bulldozer or something. And it is shaking the entire house. It is driving me up the wall. I don't know what's going on. Okay. And the same thing goes for the tail, basically. So this might take some time to do. So I will put somewhere in the description the finished product. But basically, I'm going to do the same thing with the feathery part on the chest over the tail, and then the same part where the head is for the rest of the body. And the wings are kind of like the hair, sort of. So I'll stop here just because I'm sure this video is going on for a while and it can be kind of boring. And I don't know yet how to do the fast forward option. So yeah, I'll stop right here. But thank you guys for watching, and I hope I was able to help somewhat for just like the basic shading of that pencil Sai has already that you could use. And yeah, please let me know if you have any questions.